besides being considered two of the most famous and prestigious Hollywood actors of their respective generations. Samuel Jackson and Morgan Freeman are two tycoons who have amassed a huge net worth during their careers. But the question is, which of the two actors leads the most luxurious life? In this video, you will watch a close battle between Morgan Freeman versus Samuel L. Jackson. Let us get to the fight. Before we get started, I challenge you. You have to click on subscribe and activate notifications. Check the option all. But you have to do that in less than 5 seconds. You got it? And if you can, write in the comments #AllAboutSubscribe. Alright, let's get started. Round 1. Real estate. Everyone knows that the two Hollywood stars have more than enough money to buy nice residences, but which one of them owns the most luxurious mansion? Morgan Freeman, for example, despite being super private about his personal life, it is known that he lives on a large 124-acre ranch, a huge space capable of offering him a lot of privacy and housing everything he needs to live a very quiet life. During an interview for The Tonight Show, the actor said he has made a hobby of the creation of wild bees. Morgan said he imported 26 hives for his ranch and feeds them, but with no intention of harvesting honey or dismantling the hives. All this in order to preserve and save bees and help them back to the planet more and more, seeing as they are imperative to nature. And even though there is very little information about what the inside of the property looks like, there is a lot of speculation about how much the actor's property is worth. And according to some sources specializing in real estate values, it's estimated that Morgan Freeman's ranch could cost somewhere around $10 million. Samuel L. Jackson, meanwhile, owns several properties. He once owned, for example, a 2-story home in Los Angeles, California. Built in 1981, the residence has the typical architecture of that time. At the time where the actor lived in this property, there was a very peculiar decoration, with several decorative objects that represented some meaning to Samuel Jackson. In all, the residence has almost 6,000 square feet of floor space, divided into 4 bedrooms. Currently, the mansion has undergone several renovations, which have completely changed its look. The interior, for example, has been completely renovated and now has a cleaner look with a white color palette. And to get an idea of price, the property has already been put up for sale, costing around $5,500,000. Vertical properties are also part of the actor's real estate portfolio, proof of which is that he owns an apartment in Manhattan, New York, very close to the famous Central Park, one of the regions with the most expensive square feet in the world, where many billionaires live. Samuel's apartment is in the famous the Leon Orry building, a luxurious 13-story building built in 1901. Because the actor has already put this property up for sale, it was possible to see a little of what it looks like on the inside. According to the photos that have been posted on real estate websites, you can see that the apartment is in excellent condition. In all, the apartment is about 3,000 square feet, divided into 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. And according to media reports, the actor purchased the property in 2005 paying around $4,800,000, but in 2018 put it up for sale for around $13 million. Samuel Jackson's main residence, meanwhile, is located in the Beverly Park neighborhood of Beverly Hills, California. This is a beautiful mansion situated on a 3-acre lot that he bought from actress Roseanne Barr in 2000 for $8,350,000. Currently, although there is no information about its interior, the mansion is estimated to cost over $20 million. And for having a larger real estate portfolio, Samuel L. Jackson takes this round. A point to him. Round 2. Cars. Both actors seem to be quite fond of riding nice vehicles, but which one of them owns the most expensive cars? Morgan Freeman, for example, has been seen driving a Nissan Maxima, a vehicle that he even had a serious accident, a sad episode that resulted in several injuries, but without any fatalities. The only long-term effect was the loss of movement of his left hand, which to this day has not recovered. And that is why he is always seen using a compression glove intermittently to ensure that blood does not pool in the region. Morgan has also been seen driving a 2004 Chevrolet Corvette Indy 500, a collectible that can cost $50,000 depending on its preservation. He has also been seen getting out of a GMC Yukon Denali, a spacious and comfortable SUV ideal for everyday use. And depending on the model and year, the vehicle can cost around $80,000. The actor has also been spotted getting into a Cadillac Scarlet, a huge car capable of offering a lot of comfort and safety for all its passengers. And to get an idea of price, depending on the model, it can reach about $90,000. Freeman has also owned a Tesla Model S, a super technological car packed with digital amenities, as well as having a great range, being able to travel up to 405 miles on a single electric charge. And maybe that's why this dream car for many people is worth around $125,000. But it is speculated that the most expensive car the actor ever owned was a Lamborghini Aventador, a super sports car capable of reaching impressive speeds, being among the fastest cars in the world. The vehicle features a 770 horsepower engine that accelerates from 0 to 60 miles per hour in an unbelievable 2.8 seconds, reaching a top speed of 220 miles per hour. And to own one of these, you may need to cash out over $450,000. Meanwhile, Samuel Jackson is not far behind. Starting by the cheapest, he has been spotted in a Toyota Camry, a pretty simple vehicle for an actor as rich as he is. A car valued at about $40,000. On social media, Samuel has already posted a picture with a Mercedes 280 SE, a collectible that, depending on its conservation, can exceed the value $100,000. Going up the price, Jackson has already been seen getting into a Range Rover, which appeared to be a sport model, a robust SUV with an imposing design. The interior of the vehicle offers plenty of space and comfort and is equipped with a very modern dashboard. And that is why the latest models cost around $110,000. On his Instagram, Samuel Jackson has also posted pictures in an Audi RS Q8, an SUV with a modern and elegant design. The vehicle is equipped with a powerful V8 engine capable of accelerating from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.2 seconds, an impressive acceleration for an SUV of its size. And it is no wonder that its price may exceed the $120,000 range, but since the actor advertised it, it is very likely that he got it for free. Some sources also speculate that he once owned a Rolls-Royce Phantom, a super sleek large sedan from the famous Rolls-Royce luxury car brand. The interior of the vehicle is impeccably finished, with first-class materials that bring a great deal of sophistication to its space. And to own such a car, you may have to cash out more than $400,000. But the most expensive car he ever owned was a Mercedes-Maybach S-Class, one of the most luxurious cars in the world. The interior of the vehicle is capable of impressing anyone with its impeccable finish, offering an exceptional experience for its passengers. And according to some sources, the actor purchased the vehicle in 2006 for about $600,000. And because Samuel L. Jackson owns more luxurious vehicles, he wins this round. A point to him. Round 3. Exaggerated luxuries. The two moguls seem to really enjoy showing off their luxury goods. Samuel L. Jackson, for example, has been seen wearing expensive watches like a $1,000 Philip Stein Tesla, a $2,500 Ritmo Mundo Centurion Mechanical, a $14,000 Panerai Tupnero Luminar GMT, a $30,000 Ritmo Mundo Persepolis Automatic, a $35,000 Piaget Polo Chronograph. Morgan Freeman is passionate about aviation, having even gotten his license to fly some small jet models in 2002. And since money is not an issue, it is known that he once owned 3 aircraft. Starting by the cheapest, he once owned a Cessna 414, a twin-engine plane with a capacity to carry up to 8 passengers, whose price is estimated around $500,000. From the same brand but more sophisticated, he also owns a Cessna Citation 501, a small turbofan-powered business jet capable of carrying only 5 passengers. And to give you an idea of price, depending on the year and model, this private jet can top a price of $800,000. The actor's most expensive aircraft is the ME-Vest SJ-30 model, a modern light executive jet. This private jet is powered by powerful turbofan engines capable of reaching a top speed of approximately 560 miles per hour, having a range of almost 2,900 miles. Its interior is also very comfortable and cozy, having capacity to house up to 9 passengers. And it's no wonder that to acquire this aircraft, you may need to invest something around $7,500,000. And because he owns several small jets, Morgan Freeman takes this round by a landslide. A point to him. Round 4. Yachts. When the two actors are enjoying their lives on vacations, they seem to do it on the high seas. Despite having enough money to buy any ship, the actor doesn't consider sailing a form of showing off, but a great hobby. The actor's first boat was the Alberg 30 model, an old and small boat valued around $30,000. In the 1980s, he decided to acquire a new Shannon 38, a larger and sturdier boat, valued at approximately $80,000. The most expensive and recent one he owns, on the other hand, was the Shannon 43 model, a more modern version of his last boat, whose price can exceed $400,000. Samuel Jackson, meanwhile, has been seen on luxury yachts, an example being the vessel known as the Aquila, one of the most expensive and stunning yachts in the world. This mega yacht is about 280 feet long, more than enough space to house every imaginable luxury and refinement. To attend to the crew members who go on board, there is a team of employees always available to provide an excellent experience for those who go on board. The interior of the ship is stunning, capable of offering more comfort than a luxury hotel. In all, the yacht is equipped with 7 suites that can accommodate up to 12 passengers in great comfort. As was reported in the media, Samuel Jackson and some famous friends decided to take a trip to Italy aboard this super yacht. Looking at the posts made by the actor's friends on social media, it is possible to see how comfortable and fun this trip seems to have been. The yacht that the celebrity stayed on is so grand that when it was launched in 2010, it was considered the largest yacht ever built in the US. And to get an idea of price, the ship is valued at around $150 million, but Samuel Jackson and his friends decided to rent it by paying over $1 million for just 1 week. And for enjoying a more luxurious craft, Samuel L. Jackson wins another round. A point to him. Round 5. Sources of income. The two Hollywood celebrities have multiple sources of income, but just which of them has the biggest influx of cash? Samuel Jackson, for example, has an output as a voice actor, having lent his voice to important characters like Frank Tenpenny from GTA San Andreas, Frozone from The Incredibles, and even God in the Bible Experience. And because he is a world-renowned personality, Samuel L. Jackson is also able to earn a lot of money with his image by advertising for big brands. Among the companies that have already invested in associating their image with that of the actor are, for example, the car manufacturer Audi, the Italian haute couture brand Brioni, the sports goods company Adidas, and even the technology giant Apple. But according to some sources, his biggest sponsorship deal is believed to be with the financial services company Capital One, where they speculate that the actor has a contract that exceeds the value of $10 million per year with the company. And we can't forget that Jackson also invests in some companies, such as the Dave's Hot Chicken restaurant chain, an investment he made alongside other big celebrities. Morgan Freeman, for his part, also has good sources of income. He once owned, for example, Mad Edie, an Americanized French cuisine restaurant. Morgan also owns Ground Zero Blues Club, a concert club filled with quirky, alternative decorations that seems to be frequented by older people. One of his most profitable businesses, meanwhile, is probably his production company, Revelations Entertainment, which has produced some hit movies like Along Came a Spider and Invictus. Another source of income for the actor is through advertising. Because he is a famous actor, with a remarkable voice and an older age, Morgan has a lot of trust and credibility with the public, and this ends up attracting the interest of several brands and associating their image to his. The actor has even done commercials for major companies such as Mountain Dew Ice, Visa, Turkish Airlines, Lego, among others. To get an idea of values, according to Forbes magazine, for Morgan to be the voice of Visa debit cards in 2010, he charged about $2 million, a figure that would have increased even more with the renewal of the contract. Social media can also be considered another source of Morgan's income. This is because he has millions of people who follow him on different platforms. On Facebook alone, for example, he has more than 32 million followers, a huge audience that can bring him huge financial returns with advertising or even selling his own products. And because we don't know the exact turnover of all the businesses, we'll consider this round tied. So both get a point. Sixth round. Net worth. Being two actors who have a very long and successful career, there's no doubt that they have already amassed a huge net worth. The amount he receives for each film depends a lot on the importance of his role and the size of the production he is taking part in. In 1992's White Sands, for example, Samuel L. Jackson received only $75,000, but as his name started to become more and more known in the film industry, his earnings started to get really big. It is estimated, for example, that he received about $5 million for Kong, Skull Island, $6 million for No Good Deed, $7 million for Unbreakable, $10 million for Shaft. However, in his short-lived role as Nick Fury in the Marvel Universe, he is estimated to have received around $5 million for each appearance. And if you add up all his earnings in the year, in 2017, for example, Forbes estimated that Jackson made about $30 million, ranking 13th on the list of highest-paid actors that year. And all this enormous income is justified by the gigantic grossing that his films bring in. To give you an idea, if you add up all the films in which Samuel L. Jackson has participated, the total box office grossings of all the films together exceed $27 billion, with Avengers, Endgame and Incredibles 2 standing out in particular, a gigantic amount that makes him the highest grossing actor of all time, ahead of big names like Robert Downey Jr. and Dwayne Johnson. And although no one knows for sure how much wealth Samuel Jackson accumulated during his entire career, some sources estimate that currently at the peak of his 73rd birthday, Jackson has an estimated net worth of $250 million. Morgan Freeman, on the other hand, took a long time to achieve his success. That's because he started his acting career in his preteen years, but didn't start making money until many decades later. As the years went by, the films Morgan starred in began to become more and more successful, and his name became more and more known in the film industry. Nowadays, he has become one of the most prestigious actors in Hollywood, and this has caused the amount of money he receives for each film to increase exponentially. To get an idea of figures, it is estimated that he receives a fixed salary of at least $5 million on each of his appearances, a figure that can increase to $10 million depending on the size of the production. That's not to mention box office result bonuses, which could boost his income even further. Some sources estimate that the most lucrative year of Morgan Freeman's career was in 2013, when he made a whopping $30 million after adding up all of his annual earnings. And the reason he makes so much money is because the movies he's in bring in a lot of financial return. The Dark Knight Rises movie alone, for example, was a true commercial success, raking in over $1 billion at box offices worldwide. Adding up all the movies Morgan has been in, that number exceeds the $5 billion mark, putting him on the list of highest-grossing actors in the world. And while no one really knows how much his net worth really is, many sources estimate that throughout his entire career, Morgan Freeman at the height of his 85 years has managed to amass a net worth that is around $250 million. A figure that could be much higher had he not been forced to pay his ex-wife in 2010 a divorce settlement that came in nearly at $200 million. And for the fact that Morgan Freeman lost a lot of money during his divorce, this round is tied. Points for both. At the end of this battle, we have 3 points for Morgan Freeman against 5 points for Samuel Jackson, making him the victor of this fight. But if you believe that there are still other arguments to defend either one of the two, make sure to write down below your best justification. Hey, you like the video? So don't forget about leave your like and comment, and tell some suggestions of another videos, and hopefully we gonna do it. All about channel, Dios to satisfy your curiosity.